Okay, we move on to the DA, Councillor Horwitz. There's a hand, Councillor Bitka.
Madam Speaker, as a point of order, could you control Councillor Arnold? She behaves like she's in a rugby match or something.
Councillor Bitka, what did Councillor Arnold do?
Shouting into the microphone without having the floor.
Okay, noted. Councillor Arnold, I will ask you to sit down, please. Can everybody come down? Councillor Horwitz, this is your time. You've got 8 minutes.
Thank you, Speaker. Greetings to the Democratic leader, John Steenhuisen, and all other DA members and supporters here and watching remotely in support of our esteemed and much respected Mayor Phalatse. To the ACDP, please accept our condolences on the passing of Mrs. Moshoe. All further protocols are observed. In this motion under discussion, the FF suggests that Mayor Phalatse is not comporting herself within the constitutional principles, quoting in particular Section 152 of the Constitution. However, what is not appreciated, or perhaps it's just a matter of cherry picking, is the content of the very first provision in Section 151, which provides that a municipality's actions are subject to national and provincial legislation, and that national or provincial government may not compromise or impede a municipality's ability or right to exercise its powers or perform its functions. We know that the ANC are currently in government in the provincial and national spheres, and they are bound and determined through their cabal of cadres and collaborators in the Joburg caucus and municipal entities to compromise and impede this council in delivering according to its mandate. Despite this, Mayor Phalatse and the multi-party government are making strides in improving delivery and development every single day. Ultimately, you are asking why your party's demands are not being met. It's the equivalent of a spoiled child being finally told no. Those of us with children, and I include those who are parents to furry, feathered, scaly, and other differently covered family members, have a responsibility to instruct our children so they become people of good character. Parent knows that to give in to their child's every demand is a shortcut to hell for themselves and ultimately for their child. A spoiled child is always going, gimme, 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 and the demands only escalate if a parent isn't prepared to provide tough love for the ultimate benefit of their children. Being constantly agreeable may, in the short term, be the easiest option every time, especially where the next step is only to chow the money. But our multi-party coalition government is different because we understand the responsibility we have. We must put long-term policies into place. We must have policies with long-term effects. We have to protect the future of Joburg. Our brilliant mayor is not interested in chowing money.
Please pause and sit. There's a hand. What is the purpose of your hand, Councillor?
Thanks, Speaker. I think the councillor there, she's not very easy on the ear, and we are missing the story of her spoiled child right now. We want to hear all about it.
Thank you, Councillor.
She's fighting, we can't hear her.
Councillor Horwitz, I think they are not able to hear you clearly. Don't speak too close to the mic.
It's working? Okay. Thank you for your advice. Our brilliant mayor is not interested in chowing money. She's only interested in improving the standards of living of every resident of Joburg. And she is making progress together with her MMCs. What the multi-party government inherited...
Councillor Horwitz, please just hold on and sit. There's another hand. Councillor Sauls the first. For what purpose do you raise your hand?
Speaker, thank you so much. I just feel that we are councillors here, and for the Speaker to refer to everyone here as the children of the DA is uncalled for.
Councillor Horwitz, did you refer to everyone as the children of the DA? Who referred to, is it the councillor? Councillor Horwitz, can you refrain from referring to councillors as children of the DA? I didn't hear that, if that's what you said. Councillor Horwitz, proceed. Thank you.
Wash your ears.
Thank you, Councillor Sauls. Perhaps if you listen again, you will understand the import of my message. To continue, what the multi-party government inherited from the opposition is a city on the absolute brink of disaster because of the mismanagement of residents' taxpayers' money to meet every whim and allow every vanity project without fail. Now, under the exceptionally skilled and experienced hands of Mayor Phalatse, the city of Joburg is finally beginning to edge away from the brink of utter disaster. And what many people forget is that the death of the city of Joburg as the commercial center of South Africa will inevitably entail the destruction of South Africa as a whole. Residents of Joburg are incredibly fortunate to have this woman of character and valor standing in front of everyone, barring the cabal of the corruptors from doing more damage and showing us the way forward, striving every day, every hour, every minute to make a positive difference. If it were not for Mayor Phalatse, we would not have achieved these successes in just a little over a year. And the list is long. I'm going to cut it short because these are areas that I'm particularly interested in. Together with the IFP's MMC Mabaso, they've launched 700 service sites, giving over 1,000 families an opportunity to build their own homes, which are fully serviced. The Inner City Rejuvenation Program is bringing 1,500 low-cost housing units to the market. Housing projects have been launched in Fleurhof, South Hills, and Riverside Views, which between them will soon provide the city of Joburg a further 2,724 housing units. And then there's the upgrading of informal settlements, such as Organic
Councillor
Market,
Howes,
which
there's a
is in
hand
my
here.
ward. And the
Please take a
redevelopment
seat.
of hostels
Not on the
Councillor
speaker.
Horwitz,
Region E.
Councillor Horwitz. Councillor, I have not recognized you yet. Now you can stand, MMC.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, if I may request that as we respect everybody else, that the rumblings at the back will please, the back row is making a lot of noise and we can't hear the speaker. Please, can she be protected?
The back row way, this side.
Councillor Rapadu.
Councillors, can we kindly provide Councillor Horwitz an opportunity to speak? Let us all be attentive. She has 3 minutes to go. Councillor Horwitz, the floor is yours.
And then there's the upgrading of informal settlements such as Organic Market, which is in my ward, and the redevelopment of hostels, including some in Region E, which Councillor Rapadu is a councillor in, which developments are or will soon be in progress. Together with MMC Ekyozonjoku, the Frankenwald Urban Development Framework was brought to Council, and we subsequently approved it. We thank WITS for partnering with us, for their trust in us. The project will yield about 30,000 residential units and will provide job opportunities and empowerment of SMMEs in the long term. Together with MMC Sudibi, Operation Buya Mtetu targeted delinquent ratepayers and brought in millions of rands. Mayor Phalatse also honored our promise of being a caring city by opening applications not once, but twice to those ratepayers who were legitimately struggling to make good on their arrears, thus bringing enormous relief. The EFF have never been the decision makers in a government. The intricacies of how the job is best done is unknown to you. After all, in the main, the examples before you have been set by the ANC. but we all know how badly they've messed up city and countrywide. So that example obviously cannot be the one to follow. It was in order to craft a new democratic constitution that a committee of the brightest minds, fine and honorable people from all walks of life, many of them stalwarts of the struggle, cooperated in negotiating the most brilliant constitution in the world, which, when it is properly used, underpins the development of a better, brighter future for all South Africans. Lost to memory is that principal battle so many men and women fought with their lives for. They brought the dawn of an era of a constitutional and developmental democracy to South Africa. But we have not seen the progress we were set up for because of misdirected energies, such as are represented in this very MONC. Unfortunately and sadly, it was a false dawn of democracy. Thankfully for our residents, Executive Mayor Phalatse brings experience and more to her role. Mayor Phalatse is not only a politician of renown and a medical doctor, but also a project manager holding an advanced diploma in project management and program management, qualifications which are standing her in good stead as she steers the city of Joburg out of the decrepit state it was brought to by successive ANC mayors. In addition, Mayor Phalatse has the ethical backbone that is very much needed, not least because it's been absent in past mayors for many increasingly disastrous years. We now have to ensure that professionalism, competency, and capacity take precedence over politicking.
Thank you. Your time is up, Councillor.